I just finished the new movie, Jujutsu Kaisen 0. Hey, didn't that movie come out months ago? Well, some of us didn't leave the house to go watch it in theaters. Oh, because of COVID. Yes, COVID. As always, it's up to me to change the name of this anime to something a bit more realistic. Ghost of Girlfriend's Past, Jujutsu Kaisen, Love is Hard for Yuta, and finally, he's adopted a high school boy. Again, if like me, you watch this movie to see Panda do literally anything, then be sure to subscribe to my channel and join my Discord. Let me give you a satire synopsis of this anime, which will contain spoilers. I also did make a video covering the original Jujutsu Kaisen a while ago, which I have no idea if it was a good video or not, so click at your own risk. This movie begins with, I know that ain't who I think it is. I didn't know we were getting a prequel about Megumi. That's not Megumi? It's Yuta? Anyways, he's getting bullied by an ugly fatherless child, but Yuta has a curse that protects him. There is no way that this movie is rated PG-13. But then again, Naruto's rated PG. When Yuta was young, he had a childhood friend Rika who gave him a gift for his birthday. Is that an engagement ring? Children get more romance than me? Come on! On a real note, where did she get that ring from? I barely got a 25-cent dino ring at that age. Rika decided to go for a nice walk, but forgot Truck-kun's cousin was isekaiing people that day and got caught in the crossfire. This leaves Yuta stuck with a clingy ex-yandere who attacks anyone who attempts to harm him. Gojo decides to adopt another kid to his orphanage, making Yuta the 4th member of the first years, alongside Rock Lee, Present Mike, and Panda. Just Panda. Gojo sends Yuta and Maki on a mission to go defeat some curses, which is why somebody needs to call Child Protective Services on Gojo. He's one of those parents who throws their kid into the pool and says just swim, except he threw them into the mouth of a curse. I almost forgot that this was a shonen anime until Yuta said, after that very motivational speech, he uses his engagement ring to summon the aliens and predators' secret love child, Rita. After barely surviving, thanks to Gojo's help, he realizes his new goal to break Rika's curse so that he can get with Maki. Training arc time.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers.
Jujutsu sorcerers are ranked from categories 1 to 4, with the exceptions of 4 individuals being classified as special grades. Yuta is one of these, so local bad guy Geto is targeting him to get his power. He declares an all-out war on December 24th, making this a certified Christmas movie. This war was actually just a diversion to distract everyone while he kills Yuta, but Maki is still at the school to defend him. Gojo caught on, so he sends the rest of the squad to help out. Unknowingly to them, he was actually just pulling a Frieza, sacrificing some Krillins in the hopes that Yuta transforms. Which I guess works. While this is going on, Gojo is... oh, this gotta be racially motivated. Yuta plans on giving himself up to the yandere to unleash a final attack. This leaves Geto mortally wounded until Gojo appears, finishing him off with my favorite anime trope, words that are muted out. So, I'll just fill them in for you.
You were my brother! I loved you!
Rita survived, which really shouldn't surprise anyone, unless you're as stupid as I was, because I thought he was dead during the time of the main storyline. Rita manages to break the curse, because it turns out that he was the one who placed the curse on her. If only this relationship wasn't so weird, in a furry type of way. Now, let's talk about the characters in this anime, starting off with Yuta, my main character of Jujutsu Kaisen. I honestly like Yuta, as a main character, more than Yuji. But then again, I haven't read the manga, and last time I said this, I got jumped by all of his fans. He's not some upbeat, over-eccentric protagonist. Yuta simply doesn't want to be here. Unfortunately, he has the suicide prevention hotline as his stand, who's always watching over him. Who would have thought that having a yandere would be a good thing? Because when the odds are stacked against you, you want a yandere in your corner. He also says literally every shonen protagonist line in existence. It wouldn't surprise me if he yelled out in the middle of a fight. They even did the "you didn't know, but you're actually from a famous bloodline" trope. I only had one problem with this character. His eyes look so lame in the fight. I get it's supposed to look cool, but it looks more like he's taken an intense poop. Should be the main character tier. I am no better than a woman. Gojo returns to his usual fiasco of adopting more orphans than Isabella, then sticking them into life and death situations while sitting outside saying,
I have no knowledge of any of this. This is so bizarre.
They're just leading me along with a trail of Gojo's past, which may be one of the only reasons that I'm interested in this anime. Single, and every female weeb wants him tier, but I don't have the heart to tell them that he's only in love with himself. Gojo's best friend and the villain of the anime, Geto, the only person who manages to be the antagonist of both the prequel and the main storyline after dying. His goal is to kill all non-Jujutsu sorcerers and make a world of just them. Well, better add him to the list of racist anime characters. I mean, besides getting folded by someone who only trained for a few months, not much else he did, aside from getting killed by his best friend. Be back for season 2 tier. There is quite literally nothing to add about any of the other characters. They're just the same as season 1. I guess I could say Maki fell for Yuta, but aside from that, all you can say is hey, that's why they act that way in season 1. Time for final thoughts and rating the anime. The plot of this anime could honestly be a standalone film outside of this universe and still do well. I do still have a few problems with it. I love good comedy in anime, but I've never felt comedy feel so out of place at times in this anime. They also re-explained the concept of this world, which, granted, they did do it very well, but I found it unnecessary. However, if this is somebody's introduction to the series, it's fine. But for me, they could have just spent more time focusing on the characters. It surprisingly had a lot more emotional impact in the last few minutes than I expected, which was done pretty well considering it was based around a girl whose only line was "I love Yuta." When it comes to the characters, they did a great job at introducing a likable character in such a short amount of time, which is something that most anime movies fail at. It also did improve the characters that we all know and love. I did feel like they wasted a bit of time with fan service, including these characters, just so you could say, cool, I know that guy. Except Miwa, you can never get enough of her. The animation was done by everyone's favorite sweatshop, Mappa Studios. Even so, you can't deny that they're one of the best in the world when it comes to animation. Visually, it was stunning. But now that it's done, let's get them to work on Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Vinland Saga, and Attack on Titan the final season part 725. The music was fine, except that intro song. I don't know why, but when it switched up to the guy singing, it just didn't sound great. I just also wasn't a big fan of the lyrics, which made me feel like I was back in church. While my anime list gave this anime a score of around 8.5 out of 10, I'll be giving it a score of 8.6 pandas out of 10. In conclusion, I may actually read the manga after this. No, I won't. Hello, going on vacation Lunar here. Click here to check out my channel. Click here to see my most recent video, and click here to see my recommended video. I sure hope my channel isn't dead by the time I get back.